Hello everyone, myself I'm Kirtana and I'm working as assistant professor at SNS institution. So in today's lecture series, we'll be starting a new subject called food microbiology, and I'll be guiding you through this subject in a simple and a clear way. In this series, we'll explore how food is processed, preserved, and made safe for consumption. Whether you're a student of food science or just curious about what happens behind the food you eat, this channel is for you. Let's dive in detail. So today's topic for discussion is about the overview of microorganism, importance of microorganism, and beneficial and harmful roles of microorganism. So what are basically microorganism? So let's take an example. Have you ever noticed that milk sometimes becomes sour and smells bad, but the same milk can also turn into a tasty curd, right? Have you ever wondered why this happens? So basically, the reason behind all these changes is something we cannot see with our own eyes. And that's where our hero comes, the microorganism. So basically, microorganisms are tiny living organisms such as bacteria, yeast, mold. They're present everywhere in air, water, soil, and food. In food system, microorganisms are going to play a dual role. They're useful in production and preservation. Also, they're harmful when they cause spoilage. So, microorganisms can be both friends and enemies of food. So, let's dive in detail. There are three phases of microorganisms. One is going to be the beneficial, and next one is going to be the undesirable, and we have something called hazardous. Beneficial is nothing but the raw material where it is transformed into a value added product, which is going to be used in fermentation and other process where it is beneficial. And undesirable is it is going to cause spoilage through various changes that are happening in the food, making the food undesirable or making the food not feasible for the consumption purpose. Whereas hazardous is something that can expose us to significant health risks through infections and intoxication like foodborne illness or foodborne disease, so on. So here we're going to discuss about the importance of microorganisms. As the name indicates, microorganism has both importance as well as the hazardous role. So when we talk about the importance, we have fermentation, food production, preservation, and nutrition. So fermentation is where the sugars are going to be converted into acids or gas, which will result in improving the sensory attributes like taste and texture in a product. For an example, let's take the bread, where with the help of yeast, it becomes soft and fluffy. So where the texture of the bread is going to be enhanced, which is going to improve its attribute called taste and texture. Whereas food production, microorganism helps make the food like curd or cheese. So bacteria plays a major role in converting the milk into the curd. Next, we have preservation, where acids produced is going to inhibit the growth of harmful microorganism, thereby extending the shelf life of the particular product. So the pickles are, as we all know, it lasts longer due to the presence of lactic acid, which act as a preservative in it. Then we have nutrition. They increase vitamins and also improve nutrition. So for an example with this, we can take probiotics. The probiotics present in the curd is going to support our gut health, improving the gut function, whereas improving our digestibility and other things. Next, we'll be seeing about harmful roles of microorganisms. So as we all know, not all microorganisms are helpful. We have something called food spoilage, where some microbes break down food components, which result in bad smell, slime, gas formation, mold growth. So over the slide, we have an example of the uh, milk, which is turning into sour and unpleasant odor. As we can see in the picture, we have all the bacteria that is present, which causes an undesirable odor and the taste in a particular product. So this happens because the lactic acid bacteria causes the milk into sour, which is results in clump formation, and developing a bad odor. And then we have something called foodborne disease. The pathogenic microorganisms such as salmonella result in food poisoning, which can cause symptoms like diarrhea, vomiting, fever. In certain cases, these harmful microbes make food unsafe and dangerous for our health. So it's important we avoid the contamination that is happening, which can be prevented by proper GMP practices, GHP practices, and creating an awareness among the people so that their foodborne illness and food uh, related poisoning issues can be prevented properly. To conclude, the microorganisms have three phases: beneficial, undesirable, and hazardous. Understanding microorganism helps us improve food quality, increase shelf life, ensure that the food is safe. They may be invisible, but they control the safety and quality of every meal we eat. And over here on the slide, we have something called the simple thinking question. Why do many people feel comfortable after feel discomfort after drinking the milk? So, which type of microorganism is going to be responsible and what process makes this possible? Over here, we have an hint: the beneficial bacteria that is used in dairy fermentation that break down lactose and improve digestion. So, let's take a minute and look at the question. Okay, as the name indicates in the hint, beneficial bacteria which is used in dairy. So, with this only, we can easily identify what bacteria is responsible. So, the answer is going to be the lactic acid bacteria. Okay, over here we have an assessment quiz. Question 1 is going to be about microorganisms are best defined as large visible organism, microscopic living organism, multicellular plants. So, what could be the answer possibly? So, option B, as we all know, it's microscopic living organism. Which of the following is a beneficial microorganism used in food fermentation? Lactobacillus. And these are few references that we can check for the related content. So, with this, I believe we have covered what is microorganism and what is its importance, what is the harmful and the beneficial role of microorganism. Thank you.